Hi everyone, it's Mary Jo. Welcome back to my channel. This is the new moon reading for February 8th, 2016. And the new moon will be in Aquarius. Right now the sun is in Aquarius. Also, February 8th is going to be Chinese New Year. So Gong Gei Fa Choi for all of our Chinese followers and subscribers. And it is the year of the red fire monkey too. So that is the energy coming forth there. Now I'm doing this reading a little different. I'm doing a horary reading, which is about the date that we're asking the question, which would be for February 8th, 2016. And those dates that are represented in astrology are the star, which is Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, the Six of Swords, which is Mercury in Aquarius. And at the time of the new moon, actually Mercury will be in Aquarius, I think 19 degrees, as this new moon is in 19 degrees Aquarius, and the sun will be in 19 degrees, and Chiron, I believe, will be in 19 degrees. And when you add up the number of the date, the 2/8/2016 adds up to 19, and that's the Prince of Heaven. So there's a lot of that energy going on there, which is interesting. And then the King of Swords also in astrology represents Aquarius. Now remember, the kings are intellect, they're air, plus whatever energy they imbue, and this king is air. So he is highly intellectual. He is about the logical mind. And then what I did, since these cards for the new moon reading will represent, our state of mind, what we're looking to let go of, what we're looking to welcome in and plant the seeds of, and hopefully culminate, the cards that I picked randomly at the bottom are the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and then an oracle card from our Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle is Light into the Darkness. Now, I want to also say thank you for all my new subscribers. I'm so grateful for all of you. I really appreciate everyone who's been sharing and helping me with this. It's going to take the time that it takes in the universe for this to grow and get out there. But I appreciate all the people that are here with me from the very beginning. I really do. Thank you. Now, also, I always talk about you doing your new moon ritual. This is air. So when you do your intentions this time, maybe you could start thinking about it a couple of days before, what it is that you're looking to let go of in your life, what you want to face and embrace about yourself, the things that you don't like. That's what the moon is, our depths. It is the darker side of ourselves, because the moon is devoid of light. The moon has no light. Although it is considered a luminary, it reflects the light of the sun, and that is what we see. And in the new moon phase, it is at its darkest, we say, but it is always dark. It is because the earth is in between the path of the sun and the moon, and no light is cast on it. So that's when they talk about in the ancients, that dark side is when you go within yourself into the depths of who you are, the things that you don't like about yourself. I mean, we've all done things we're not proud of. We are all things that we do not really want to be, but that is that yin yang. How can you know what you want to be unless you are what you don't want to be? How can you know what's right until you experience what is wrong, within yourself? So a couple of days before, start looking at that. What are the things about yourself that you really don't like? Are there things you can shift and change? Sure, probably. And even if there are things that you don't feel ready to, or you ignore or deny, won't accept, or feel you cannot change, at least recognize them. That's the start. That is the beginning. Now also, this new moon is going to be a void of course moon. And what that means is it is already going to have left Capricorn, the moon. But it will be in transit, kind of just floating in the universe between signs before it goes into Aquarius, which will actually not even happen till the 9th. So if you're going to do your intentions, I would say, based on some astrologers I follow, that you should wait to do all of your moon ritual and intentions actually between the 9th and 10th, somewhere after 3:30 in the morning in the 9th till about 10:30 in the morning on the 10th. And what the void of course means is, as the moon is orbiting the earth, it travels through, the different signs of the zodiac. So along the way, it moves into, different aspects and whatnot. But sometimes the moon is void of course for a few seconds, and then go into the next sign, or even a few days or hours before it goes into the next sign. So when the moon is in between, like for us now, when it's out of Capricorn and going to transition into Aquarius, it's kind of like floating unconnected to any of the planets. And it's disconnected from the rest of the universe, it feels like. So it's not grounded. Okay, it's not grounded into our third dimensional reality. So you might say it's sleepwalking kind of feeling, and that, you know, even for us. So when the moon is void, of course, it's saying it's a good time for you to just, you know, focus on yourself, your spiritual concerns, anything you want to give birth to, any creative matters, and that means even in changing things in your life, a new idea that you want to put into place. But it's not a good time to make any important decisions or activities. I always tell you, don't cut your hair on the new moon, and it's also a critical phase for the body. So you definitely need to rest. Definitely rest for a couple of days. Take some downtime. Try and find some solace and peace. So delay any critical, you know, third dimensional real world matters until that void of course has ended. And don't do any big decision making, and even things like I say with your body, give the body the rest. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, remember with your new moon ritual, this is air for Aquarius. So I have my angel wings there and feathers and the sword. But candles also travel through the air. Sweet scents or nice scents travel through the air. Music that sounds wonderful and delicious to you, whatever that could be, hardcore, Bach, anything you want, travels through the air. Wind chimes, I have them going. You can have whirligigs, you can have banners, flags, anything going when you make your intention. You can write your intentions down, tear them up and blow them into the wind. You can burn them, let the ashes go to the wind, and don't worry if they don't fly in the wind and they hit the ground, because that means that they will take to the ground, root themselves into the earth, and they will grow and bear fruit. Okay, positive intentions here. So we know the star is Aquarius, ruled by Uranus. So Aquarius is that freedom fighter, forward thinking, future, technology. It's socializing, it's groups, clubs, activities with many other people, you know, that camaraderie that goes on. It's cooperation with everybody. And it's ruled by Uranus, which is those sudden changes in your life. It also, Uranus rules like institutions, jails, anything that would keep you held captive or prisoner, because it's about freedom. So we're talking about right now, this is having hope and wishing. For a lot of us, we want freedom from something. So let's just put it in a general perspective. The star represents your wishes and hopes and dreams that will help you, propel you into a future that you desire, that you are looking for. Keep focusing on your future. When you keep focusing on the things you want in your life instead of what you don't want, synchronicities will happen. Things will line up. There are no coincidences in the universe, and they only happen because of what you're imagining. It's not what you're imagining causes them. So remember that. Think those positive thoughts. Think of those forward plans, that you have future plans. Have hope. Wish on your star. Replenish your soul right now in this void of course moon and physical body, because the star embodies the physical body and the spiritual body, uniting them and replenishing them. And just know, sudden things are going to be happening. They're no coincidences. You brought them to yourself. You've been working on this in your thoughts. Okay? So know that it is coming for you. And then the Six of Swords is that balanced number of 6, harmony, humanity, Venus, but it's Mercury in Aquarius, and it will be at that time 19 degrees. So we're saying we're moving out of something. The freedom is going to set us into, propel us into something new. You're not alone. Spirit is always with you. All those swords represent all your past thoughts, negativities, words, and experiences that you grew from. And you pretty much had to experience to go to where you're going. So you have calm waters ahead of you. You see the ripples in the water caused by the man steering? That's the energy propelling you forward. For some of you, you're moving out of a bad situation, a bad relationship, a bad situation with a job, with a bad health regimen, a bad situation even with your schooling, a bad situation with a car that keeps breaking down, or the neighborhood you're living in. See, put this into a snapshot for you. So you're moving on. You're moving past what was, and you're moving into what will be. And with Mercury, it rules your everyday life, your mundane things, you know, your neighborhood jaunts, but it rules communication and the way you're thinking. Okay, perception is everything. Okay, how do you handle a situation that came at you that you overreact and say, oh God, now what am I going to do? It's how you perceive it. Okay, this didn't seem like it's a good idea that this happened to me. All right, Spirit, so what good is coming out of this? Bam. Now you're opening up the universal blessings of abundance to come to you. And when you look at it that way and you perceive it that way, you will be amazed at the outcomes. And you'll see that this happened and brought you something better because you welcomed whatever it was, something better. And don't put a label on it. Let the universe take care of that. Just welcoming it in will bring it to you. And then the King of Swords, as I've said, he's all about, or she is about, intellect. This is using your logical mind, your intelligent mind. The Sword of Truth, clarity, balance. That sword is well balanced when it's made. It's forged to be balanced. Can't be top heavy, can't be bottom heavy. What good would it be to defend yourself? So your mind, this is the mental realm. Your mind has a balance and a clarity going on right now. And looking at that number 6, it talks about that balance. So with the King of Swords energy as Aquarius, it's talking about thinking of your future with clarity, balance, harmony, and thought of freeing yourself from situations from the past, learning the lesson, and not letting that happen to you again and moving forward. Because this King energy is very good counsel. They're usually someone like a judge, a lawyer, jury, someone in the military, ex-military, anyone, even I say like a CPA or an accountant or EMS, anybody who has to follow rigid rules of engagement. Okay, this is good counsel here. This is someone who's very regimented and forward-thinking and precise. They don't let their emotions get in the way. This is all about being logical here. So that's good advice for us to look at, to culminate things coming to us. And then we have here the 3 of Pentacles. The 3, remember, is that progress that you've made. You made a decision on something. Maybe it's something you were wishing for, something you've been working on. With the Pentacles, so it could say, okay, we have an increase of money coming to some of you because of your hard work and dedication. Students, it's like the light bulb went off. The hard work that you've done is paying off for you now. I mean, a lot of you are going to be going into your midterms or finals soon before you have the spring break or winter break. So you're starting to see progress here. Once the apprentice starting out, you're being praised also and accolades from people, even at work, that you're moving up, you're moving forward, you're working harder at it. If it's your health, you're starting to see progress with your health. Don't worry about the diet right now, like I said, because this isn't the right time of the month to take on that diet. Just be careful of what you're eating, drink lots of fluid, bring your body into that grounded balance. And for some of us too, if you did walk away from a situation that was unhealthy with a person or just even a group setting, because we have this Aquarian energy, religions, churches, politics, jobs, careers, bands of friends, even family members that we love that we need to distance ourselves from. It's saying your work is going to start to pay off for you, and you're going to see the difference even in yourself and feel that the result of the choice you made is bringing you stability, grounding, and balance. And you're going to start to feel good about it. And the people around you also. So this is some endeavor you've taken on, you're seeing progress in. Even if it was like you're starting to try and save money, that bank account is starting to slowly crawl up into, some fund for a vacation, a trip, a house, a car, a new apartment, but you'll see progress. And then another 3. So 3 and 3, 33 here. So that makes the number exponentially greater here. So we know with those double digits, they're definitely talking to us about awareness and pay attention to signs. Now with this 3 of Wands, you see you've planted 2 of those wands. That's your ideas, your life spark, your energy. These are the things you feel passionate about. If it was a business, you've planted and established roots there, and now you're going forward more. More work is to be done here. But this is something you're enjoying doing. You love doing this. You feel energized. You see the glow around your head there. That's spiritual guidance. And that beautiful orangey yellow, that's a little bit of the solar plexus chakra, which is empowerment. And the 6th chakra, which is the sacral chakra, is about your life force and birthing life, producing life energy. So if this is in anything in your life, you're saying you're going forward here, you're going to feel passionate, renewed, you're seeing progress. You're not completely there yet. So if it's a relationship you're working on, you're showing some progress. It's steady. You have good energy flow going on there. And if it's about a job or a career, it looks like you're putting some good energy and work into there. And I think this is more even in your head spiritually, because of the way the head is illuminated. You're starting to put that creative thought process in the head of getting yourself out of this situation, out of this place, away from these people, away from this car, away from this house, this neighborhood, going on that vacation, getting my health in order. Whatever this is, it's showing progress has been made. You have planted the roots to that. It is taking life. And now with the third staff in your hand, you're ready to walk forward to completion. So that's lovely. Oh, and then we have light in the darkness. You know, I looked this up to read this because of what I was feeling from it, and then what I read. This card talks about ancestors, ancestral line, and generational shift. And when it talked about people that are crossed over, the people that we love that are now in a different energy, you know, the people that we say, okay, they've died, they've moved on. And I've been dreaming a lot about my family that has moved on, and I've lost a lot of family over the last 5-6 years. And I've been dreaming of them. And my Italian grandmother, my nonna, used to say, always pray for the dead. When you dream of them, their souls are looking for prayers. So I've been praying, and then this card comes up. And it does talk about our ancestors, our ascended masters, the beings that are in the highest white light for us right now. They're always with us. And as you look at this older gentleman, this gnome or hobbit, it reminds me of Dobby, you know, from Harry Potter. He's aging. His energy is shifting. And the 4 here, 14, 1 and 4 is 5. So we know that's energy that's going somewhere. So this card is talking about our bodies in transition, that third dimensional feeling, the light and the darkness. You see the fairy on our head. That is creation, new life, muse, energy being given here. So for us, let's say if we have people in spirit, even our guides, our angels, pray for them. Offer prayers and love to them. Thanks. You know, one day we will transition, and we will be just a thought in the minds of our loved ones too. So at this time, while you are here in the physical, and your loved ones are in your minds, and their thoughts are with you. Know that they are with you. They love you. Pray for them. Offer up love and gratitude to them. It is transcendent. The love we feel, we take with us, and we leave behind. Thank you, Spirit, for that lovely, lovely reading, and I do hope that these readings give you the help, the guidance, and the peace that you seek and you need in your life. I know that they do for me. I hope you have a wonderful new moon, and remember, with the void, of course, just chill, relax, think of some wonderful things that you want in your life, but don't make any drastic moves or sign any contracts or forms or anything. Just wait until the 9th and 10th when the moon does move into Aquarius, and that would be a good time to set your intentions. Thank you again. I really appreciate everyone who's subscribing. I love the fact that I'm getting so many more subscribers and that people are sharing. Let's get the word out. This is a big change for all of us in the world, as it all starts with us. It's time to shift. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will be back with your weekly reading. As always, I wish you the best.